Bud decides to, kick it up a notch, whether it's because Errol kicks it up or because he just decides to stick it in right here. What's that? Cheers. Yeah. I was going to ask you what to buy something too. No, okay. A weed whacker or some cheese? Both. Okay. Yeah, you be getting to this. Yeah, but they out there cleaning up. I see once he decides to kick it up a notch, whether it's because of Errol kick it up or because he decides it's that time, that's when he's gonna separate himself. And that's just like a lot of times answering that question is hard for listeners to believe me, because they think I'm being biased, but I have a lot of friends in boxing and I'm like, oh, that's a good fight for him, or that's a tough fight for him. But man, I try to be honest with people, unbiasedly honest, and like, man, this dude is different,
Yeah.
Really, really different. And then everybody's prediction of why they feel Spence is going to win, that's not a factor to me. I'm like, dude, everybody always use his size and his power. I'm like, man, y'all don't understand. Like, this guy be sparring with me, other big guys, Willie Monroe's, and all his life he always had big guys, because we from Omaha, there's not too much work that can withstand, his strength and his power. So he always had to spar bigger guys or have multiple sparring partners because they wouldn't last. So that power thing, I'm like, it don't matter. This dude is like different, man.
Now, have you sparred him a few times in this camp as well?
Yeah, I have, and it's always a chess match, because one thing, I can't go in there like trying to sit down and boom, boom, and bang through him, because his timing and his slick and his movement. So by the time I'm sitting there trying to load up, he's already gone or already countering me. So I had to sit there and pop and move and play chess with him. So it benefits me and it helps him, because it's like high level chess. We're like, and we know each other. We've been sparring for years, so we like countering the counters to the counter. You know what I mean? Right. Like boom, 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 boom. And we done both move so many different ways. It's like for one punch to land. So, but like I tell people, man, of all people I've been in the ring with, man, what's one of the toughest dudes I've been in the ring with?
Right. And it just seems like he got more gears to take a win. He can go the decision. I mean, size doesn't mean anything when it comes down to sparring with a guy that, like yourself, that's 168. Bud's not 168. Yeah, I mean, Spence is not 168. So I mean,
I'm a big 160. I'm coming from 200.
Yeah. You look solid.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, but like I said, like, I got to the point where I don't even debate anymore with people, because it's going to happen. It's not like it's like, Jordan against Kobe. It never happens. It's you going off of what they've done. This is their era, and a fight is going to happen. So it's like people sitting here and talking about past fights and match them up with Sean Porter's and past fights where he been hurt, and he didn't do this and do that. It's like, why does that even matter? Styles make fights, and the fight is going to happen. All we gotta do is sit back and witness it and watch it. We can sit here and debate all day, and the fight can go totally different than what anybody expected.
Facts.
All debating is for people to be like, yeah, I told you I was right. Like, that's all you gonna debate, is to say their prediction was closest to what happened. But at the end of the day, nobody knows, and it's going to happen. So sit back and wait.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when we talk about, like when I talk to legends like James Toney, and he talks about, Bud's resume, they say it's better than Spence's, but people don't understand is like, you guys are only looking at a guy that's started at 54, went down, depleting his body to get to 47, made a little noise, and then not care about the guys that Bud has fought, due to the fact that people don't understand this is a world-class sport, right? So it's like, if you don't know the American names, you didn't fight nobody. So I love this fight.
A lot of times they go off of popularity. Because a lot of times guys Bud fought mandatories, and and other champions and stuff like that, or guys that every time you got to fight them, oh, this is gonna be a tough fight for Bud. Then once he dismantle him, it's a whole different story. Well, he was supposed to, and then they look at the career after they lost and who he lost to after Bud beat him, and he wasn't like, all right, he wouldn't have had titles. He wouldn't have been number one mandatory. He wouldn't have been undefeated. He wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Like, it's always something, you know what I mean? And then it's hard for it was hard for Bud to get those popular fights for two reasons. Because they either didn't want to fight him at the time, it was too much of a risk for them to fight him, or because they wasn't under the right umbrella. They weren't
Mm-hmm.
under the promotion company for him to fight. You know what I mean? Errol got those titles because everybody, PBC had all those guys with titles under their umbrella. So they would fight within that circle and wouldn't let in Bud to fight these guys. You know what I mean? So you can, there's so many things you can go off. But like I said, cream always rises, and people always get their credit once their career is over and everybody looks back like, man, this dude was really special.
Facts.
And that's what this is one of the situations I feel like it's going to be. You know, like I said, anything can happen, but you know, like I got strong belief and faith that you know all this stuff is going to come to light one day, and all the people who was hating on Bud for no reason, they're going to disappear. They're going to find another bandwagon to jump on, or find another fighter to trash and you know and talk down on like they did Bud once Bud proved so. Or there's going to be find an excuse to still throw shade at Bud, but those people don't matter at the end of the day. They're at home or they're at work trying to watch the fights and making videos and YouTube channels and podcasts, you know, sitting on the couch hating, never been in the ring in their life.
Right, right. And you know, the energy, it's just like people talk about the 3-fight deal. People talk about you know, why this fight got made. I mean, I heard that, you know, Crawford legitly called Spence just to make this fight happen, and that speaks a lot of volume. But in the same
Yeah.
time, it's like I feel like the 3-fight deal also was upon you know, maybe if Crawford becomes victorious, or when he does, um to do it at 54, to do it at where their advantage point could be at Spence.
Right, where it's more, you know, it's more freedom for the way, all that. But, you know, at the end of the day, they can have rematch clause and stuff like that, but greatness
As well.
is great, and the same results going to happen every time, you know. And you know, it was so many things behind scenes that people don't know and that was going on. And they say, oh, he was ducking this, ducking that. And both fighters, they wanted to fight. You know, I'm here to tell you that right now. Both